All right. Welcome into Pick Central, Barstool's daily gambling show. For the first time in a very long time, we have pretty much a full boat, a whole crew. All the guys are here. Yes, I'm dressed in an adult shirt today. Yes, I look good. Let's not make a big deal of it. All right, I just didn't wear a wrestling shirt today. But when you see the guy to my right, you won't worry about mine. To my left, though, is the guy who's playing for $10,000 in Jenga today at 2 p.m., coming off an 0-6 record on Pick Central yesterday, but hopefully that is left to yesterday. It's Big Ev.
Could really use it.
But just
Could really use it.
right when Ev came in today, I said it's every gambler's weakness when one day ago it says 3-0, 3 money bags, and says someone's getting hot with eyeball emojis.
Yep.
Next day, 0-6.
0-6. A hard 0-6, too. To my immediate left, the brand new veneer and the smiling idiot that is Marty Mush. Show it to him.
I don't know how to use my teeth.
You don't know. He has no idea how to use his mouth yet. You don't like it?
No, I said no idea. He just has no idea.
I just don't know how to do it, but I love it.
To the far right is the ever-positive and the gumboed Ben Mintz. How was the gumbo?
Oh, it was great. So good. I'd heard it was going to be pretty good at Gumbo Brothers in Brooklyn, but Louisiana guys, spicy, dark roux, big
it was good. I gotta get over there.
Gumbo
Yeah,
like
yeah, and they do crawfish too.
We gotta get up to Sylvia's. So you want to go today? We'll go get some Southern food in Harlem.
Harlem? I hadn't been to Harlem yet.
Yeah, let's get up there. What?
Order if you're going to Harlem. You can't hang in Harlem. Ben can hang in Harlem. You can't hang in Harlem. You dress like a 7th grader who, when they tell you go to a church, dress nice. You wear your nice shirt, but you're still wearing your LeBrons.
What are you dressed like?
You look LeBron.
What are you dressed like?
I'm dressed fashionably. We have an
It's
interview
Hollywood
today.
Rico.
Fashionably according to who?
We have an interview today.
I heard you tried to move Jenga because of your interview.
I didn't try. We kind of did.
I'm on his side. Is that yes? We're trying to grow a podcast, and we have a big guest. You could be a little late to announcing Jenga.
But they've been trying.
in a ride of favor. I've asked for one all year. I did it with one of the top.
And it wasn't
riders.
like he was going to make it like 2 hours late.
So
15 minutes.
You asked Hank to move Jenga a little bit.
A little bit.
So that you could interview somebody on
A little
Benchmark.
bit. Yeah.
15 minutes. That's all we asked.
That's all we asked for.
Okay. Did you get it?
Yep.
Yeah, but
Okay.
then the guy moved the interview back, so we're good. Everybody's good. Everybody wins.
Okay. So
Compromise.
So
Exactly.
You were.
It's
that
Ash
doesn't
Wednesday.
sound like a
It's a
compromise.
Catholic way of living.
That's what I was saying. Is Brandon dressed up for Ash Wednesday? You look dressed
Well,
up.
that's what I said. He looks like when they say get dressed nice for church. He's still wearing his LeBrons. Like, he looks like
You're wearing Reeboks.
yeah, these are sneakers.
You're wearing John McEnroe's Reeboks from 1982.
Reebok Classic.
All right, I am Brandon Walker, and we are here in studio. And yesterday it was a very proud moment for the show because for the first time in February, one of the gamblers had broken through and was in positive units, and that lasted about 5 minutes. Big Av just let us all down and went 0-6. But that's okay. We all suck.
It was
If
brutal.
we all suck, nobody really sucks, right? Except for Mintz. Mintz is really terrible.
Yeah, it's fact. I caught 3 games up on Ev last night, and I'm still probably 15 behind.
February's a short month though. February's not. We need a full 30
By the way,
to work our magic.
By the way, Coley with a good point in the chat here. He says you just made a big deal out of I've called in one favor all year, right?
Right.
It's February.
Yeah.
No, my deal started in September, so that's my deal.
All year?
Yeah,
That's
all
your year?
That's my year.
You have a fiscal year
fiscal
going back?
year. We go
Okay.
by football year. It's a football fiscal year.
Well, football's over.
Okay. And
Well, not really.
I
I guess FCS is still playing.
rocking.
just getting started.
If you come in this office with a jacket or a button down, it's like the world's ending.
That's true.
Oh, yeah.
So he's got the jacket on. He looks better than me, but I wore this, and people are losing their fucking mind.
It's like, what's going on? Is everything okay?
It's just
Someone
a
died?
button-down shirt. I was like, I just don't want to wear a wrestling or a cartoon shirt today. That's okay.
Somebody said he's dressed
it's
like
not
Pete.
for Ash Wednesday.
Yes.
No, I had no idea it was that.
Catholic. He's Mormon.
Two religions, right? Catholic and public. I was public.
Public.
Yeah. So somebody has said I look like Pete. I don't think this is a Pete outfit.
It's a Pete
It's a
shirt.
very
It's a
Pete
Pete
shirt and
shirt.
pants.
Pete-esque shirt.
If you're just wearing some the Adidas shell tops,
So this is Pete-ish.
very Pete.
I told Marty this on Walk the Line, but when I was at NXT this weekend, one of the main eventers was Pete Dunne against Finn Balor. And when he was walking in, they did an intro, and the guy, Sam Roberts, who's a very talented guy, he said, "Here comes Pete Dunne, all business Pete Dunne." And I was like, "Oh, you motherfucker. We can't be calling a wrestler all business Pete. That's not going to work."
Rico, did you text Brandon saying congrats?
He 100% did not.
Wow.
I tweeted good job after.
You didn't text me though. You didn't do it on a personal level.
Well, you're busy. They
After-
said you bumped
after-
your thing from 15 minutes to an hour.
After you won the 50K, what did I text you?
Congrats.
Yes, I
Yeah,
did.
but you're doing your job. You're made for wrestling. Why am I going to text you? I'm going to text you when you get to WrestleMania.
You were doing your job. You're made for 50K gambling challenges.
I don't know about that.
Well, who's got it? Who's got the money?
I do. Well,
I noticed you passing out the envelopes today. How many envelopes have you given out?
just one.
Still owes me stickies one day.
Yeah.
Maybe one day.
Kevin
One day.
Kevin Mack says Brandon looks like he's dressed for a high school football banquet. That's pretty good. All
Have
right.
you heard about the Ash Wednesday shit going on today?
What?
They're going to sprinkle. They can't touch you, so they're going to sprinkle. One of them, Eddie said one of them's like a cheese grater. They're going to hit you with a cheese grater for
What?
ashes. My aunt said they sprinkle it on your face. Like they just take it and kind of throw it
Why
at your
can't
head.
they just wear
There's gonna be
gloves?
some weird looking
it's
cross. It's
COVID.
gonna be
Yeah,
some
I
weird
don't know.
looking crosses
Gloves.
on the head.
Crazy, bro.
It's gonna have ash just splattered on your face.
That's a KFC thing. He's always had the big cross for the rundown. Tradition.
I like the atonement on Ash Wednesday.
What? Or,
Vince, what's the positive vibes today? I see your tweets. I love them. It's positive. Just
Yesterday was I lushed it up the King Cake Fat Tuesday, so today is gonna be Atonement Ash Wednesday, and there's gonna be some content with that,
all right.
and there's gonna be some serious energy with it.
serious energy?
Oh, we're turning it all the way up.
When do you
today.
not have serious energy?
I'm telling you, I'm finding another gear right now.
Your energy is always at like 90.
Yeah, I think the week out of the office last week like reinvigorated me.
You're-
Like I've been loving being here and everything's been awesome, but like now I feel like I'm just
What's
like really
your-
Your
Sorry.
clip yesterday when you went off on the Ben Simmons take, when you started talking right here and gradually went all the way up to here.
Well,
Oh, I
my
need to
voice
see that.
cracks when I get. Anytime I get like super excited, my voice starts cracking. It's funny.
Wait, what was your? I didn't get to see your take.
I vehemently disagreed that Ben Simmons was worse.
Well,
than,
don't say
was
that.
worse than
Don't say that word
Lonzo
like
Ball.
that. Vehement.
Worse than who?
Okay, vehemently.
Yes.
Well, just
Worse than
Okay,
who?
so we have an NBA podcaster here who said that she would take a certain number of players before she would take Ben Simmons. Lonzo Ball was on the list. Malcolm Brogdon was on the list.
Mike Conley.
Devontae Graham.
Yeah.
I mean, Lonzo Ball. I watch Lonzo Ball.
I watch every Pelicans
way
game.
too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he is no.
So Ben yesterday just got going, and it got to the point where he's like a hot air balloon. There was so much fire going up into the heavens that the helium, and you couldn't hear him anymore.
His face was redder than that brick.
His face turned
His face
red. I
was
thought he was
lit-
having a heart attack.
The camera didn't do it justice. In studio, his face was beat red.
It was in fact,
red.
my goal every day is to make his face turn as red as it did yesterday.
I don't sweat. I get like lobster red. when
I
get
do that
flustered.
too. I do
I
that
don't
too.
sweat. It's very weird.
Got to stand up for what's right. Man believes what he says.
Yeah.
Great point. I'm
When he
glad
said
you
this-
brought that
no,
up.
I hate this clickbaity shit.
Wait,
That's
before
exactly
we
it.
get to that,
I hate hot take, like whatever. Just I'm gonna say something outlandish.
There's been people who've made a career on that. Jim Rome,
Yeah,
Kellerman, Skip
Skip.
Bayless. Yeah, they're like they
Skip
don't
is
even
the
believe what they're
biggest.
saying. So that's
Skip, I give Skip credit. I think
Whatever.
Skip's good at it.
But
Nah.
But
I
people
think
and you
care what
could,
he
but you
says.
could smile. You could spot that shit a mile away.
No,
That's
for
fine.
sure.
I just see
sure.
through. I just don't respect.
That's
I
why
guess he's good at
yeah.
faking it. Yeah, I mean he's so married.
I think
to it
he makes you question if he actually believes it or not, which I think that's like the
but-
sign of how good he is.
But-
doesn't mean we have to take it.
No, that's for sure.
but
Look,
didn't
I
Ben
love
Simmons
Barstool's all
score-
about being authentic. You know, I just
He scored 42 points that night, right?
Yeah,
42, 10, and 9.
12 and 9.
12 and
42, 12 and 9. Yes,
And it was still he's
against
bad.
against the team that was the best in the NBA.
not
Basically,
bad.
just because they lost.
He's a bum.
They lost the
He's
game
a
without
bum.
Embiid.
Lost the game to a team that won 18 of 20, the hottest team in the NBA.
Yeah.
The hottest team in the NBA in some time.
I've been tuned out of the NBA besides the Knicks, and
The
you
Jazz
told
are good.
I went against the Jazz on that back-to-back, and you were like, "Dumb, don't do it." Jazz won.
You
Now-
don't-
and I see it now because I see all the standings because of my Skybox sports sticker in my house. So the Jazz, I see how good
Did
they're
you see
doing,
this?
What a plug.
and
He's got a sky. Remember when we walked the line when they were?
I saw the picture.
yeah, it's great. And the Jazz are unbelievable.
Stop. What?
I got one too.
You have a Skybox
Well,
Sports?
it's on the way.
Oh, then you don't have one.
Oh, it's like coming.
If they're listening, I wouldn't mind one. Just for the record.
They actually sponsored our show, Walk the Line. Have they ever sponsored one of your shows?
And you know
They're
what's
in
funny?
talks.
We talked to a guy, and it was he kind of thanked me and Rico for the Walk the Line promotion.
Blake says, well, you remember we were in Detroit. We were in Detroit, and I walked down the steps one day, and Rico's looking at me. He's wearing a what's the name of
Skybox
it?
Sports.
A Skybox shirt, a Skybox hat, a Skybox everything.
Yep.
I didn't even know the Skybox guys were there. All right. So Blake says Trista will win the plaque this month. You can't actually rule
She
that
hit
out.
that 8-unit bet already.
8 units.
She's
She's actually
up.
up. She's winning. She's winning.
I mean,
she's beating all of us with 8
I know I
units.
didn't know 8-unit bets.
The biggest thing with me with people's takes like that, because I'm all for, I've had obviously so many bad takes, but when I'm really, really wrong, I do know. Like John Morant, I know is not a bum. I've said he's a bum. What?
I just point out that you're going to bet Duke again.
Duke is my favorite team in the world. It's not her favorite team. I
Okay,
still
all
think
right,
tonight
all
I'm
right.
actually right about Duke. We'll get to that when I get to my picks.
Fair enough.
Shut up, Rico, because I know I'm right today. I swear I will put an actual bet with
You're
you.
2 in your last
You
14.
fucking twat
It's
rat.
like it's just like
But-
a little kid who keeps misbehaving and daddy just keeps spanking him.
Yep.
Wait.
And then
Well,
while he
they-
spanks him,
learn.
dollar bills
He
pop
just
out of his
doesn't
ass.
What
learn.
about on Saturday?
Fucking great. Come
What
here, you
about
gonna learn
Saturday?
today.
I'm sorry.
What
wait.
about Saturday?
Time. 20. Go back to your original point. We'll get to Duke later. We'll have that argument later.
My original point is when you're like, if you're so harping on those things, you have to come around and being like, all right, I was a little bit like, I'm wrong. He's not a bum. You could say he's not great. Like, I know John Morant's bad, but I just don't like him. That's just my own thing.
Well,
That means good. I know he's good.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
Well,
I know he's good.
Just to go off that, because I think the cop-out take, especially in the NBA, is to be like, oh, like, he'll never win anything. But there's so many good players you could say that about. You could sit there and be like, oh, Dame Lillard is never going to win anything.
You
Probably
say Giannis
true.
isn't going to win
Westbrook,
anything.
yeah, Westbrook, Giannis. There's so many guys that you could just say they'll never win anything. I just think it's kind of a lazy cop-out way to kind of say someone's trash when, like, yo, LeBron's basically just been winning it for the last decade.
As
Some of
long
it's
as
there's
LeBron
not-
James is in there, you can't just say that.
I mean, going back, some of it's even blind luck. Scottie Pippen probably be the best player on what, like 20 out of 30 teams back then? He was the second best player on his team. He's never going to win anything. He's not even the best player on his own team. You know, he's never going to win MVP. Like, some of that's blind luck. You're right. It's a million. It's been
Because
happening
there's
forever.
so many like great NBA players that you could say that about that probably won't win anything in their careers. They're still great players.
Yeah, exactly.
There's like a moral victory. I don't know if I'm wrong for this take, but look, there's like 30 teams or 32 teams, all these sports things, and this championship or bust mentality. Like, if you're the third best in the world out of 30, is that really a failure? When you're top 10% among the top of the world, it's just the culture
I don't
we live
agree
in.
with that.
Well, but there's
I
also
don't
there's so
agree.
many
Okay, that's like
I
the
agree with him.
No,
No,
that's
I
the
don't.
poker.
there's
That's
so
the
many
poker
variables
tournament
that
in
go
me.
into it.
That's what?
There's so many variables that, like, Dame Lillard is a great player. Like, if you put him with LeBron's team, they will win championships.
Yeah, but we didn't.
But it's
view-
like he
we
just
don't-
won't
we
because he's
don't-
not on the team.
We don't view Dan Marino on the same level as quarterbacks who have won a championship like Aaron Rodgers. Dan Marino was incredible. He's an amazing quarterback. Just because he never won one, he's right. What are you doing?
Look at the shirt he's wearing. It's exactly the same thing. Can I see your shirt?
Do you think this is a? Do you
I mean,
think
that's exactly the
Do
same
you think I'm wearing a
shirt.
Pete shirt?
That's the same shirt. Look at that. Yeah, see?
I literally said
Fuck out.
if you were just wearing shell tops, you'd have the same outfit on.
That's exactly it.
Oh, man.
I like your shirt, Pete.
You would have to talk to people like that.
Did you like my? Did you like my use of time out there? I thought I really took care
Yeah,
of.
you did good.
Yeah.
If you fully want to be him, you'd have to do one thing, but I'm not going to say it.
No.
Dash Wednesday. I'm not going to say
What? No. I want to be him. What should I do?
it. Talk to people like they're children.
Wear Adidas shell tops.
I have Adidas shell time.
Marty knows that's my thing.
You don't like Pete?
He talked to Pete.
Two
And,
times. I like him a lot. Talked to me 2 times like a child.
You ever wonder why that might have been?
I was not acting like a child.
a little bit.
I took my breath and I didn't even lash out. I didn't even bite my fist. I said 1, 2, 3. Problems are not bad for me, and then I breathed it out.
You were not acting
I
like
do
a
that
child.
too. I do 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
What the heck is bothering me?
Right, exactly.
Yeah, that's the Carl Winslow thing from
Yeah.
Family Matters. Family Matters, great sitcom.
Whatever.
Underrated.
I am bigger than my problems.
Are you? You think you're bigger than
No,
everything?
you're
though.
not.
That's what I say.
I will say on the
Yeah,
children
no,
thing,
you-
Rico, I gotta say, you're the first. I texted Rico congrats when he won the 50K, and he hit me back with the thanks, kid. I hadn't been called kid.
He's always a kid.
No, I love that. I'm 37.
Whoa,
I hadn't
whoa,
been called
whoa,
kid.
whoa. You said thanks, kid.
Yeah.
Oh, he gave me the thanks, kid. I was like, all
He's
right.
8 years older than you.
Were you offended?
No,
I'll publicly
I was glad to be
apologize.
called kid at 37. That hadn't happened in a while.
Bro, kid.
Let me tell you something.
Amma.
Don't you ever fucking call me kid.
All right. No, I know that. You heard about the fucking, he threatened violence on a plane?
For what?
I sat in front of him. He leans up and goes, "If you recline that seat, I will murder you where you sit." Okay, Brandon. I had to sit upright for fucking 2 hours.
That's not what I said. I said
On a plane, you get arrested for that.
no. I said if you recline that seat, I will go to where you live. I will burn your motherfucking house to the ground. That's what I said.
Brutal.
I can't. I'm 6'6". They can't be
I
sitting me
know.
behind people.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's not right. They should have. I know they have exit rows, but they should have tall people rows. If you're over 6'4", you should be able to.
I mean, they do. It's called first class.
Okay, well, I don't belong there. I don't know that I would sit in first class if I could afford first class.
Did you know you have to wear pants in first class?
I wear pants.
You,
No,
can't
you
wear
and I have
shorts.
had this
That's not
conversation.
true.
Do you really?
Yeah,
you
no,
don't- you can't wear
wear
shorts.
sweatpants. Yeah, sweatpants or
Get
shorts.
the fuck out of here.
Why? That's not true.
If there's an open
What is the
seat in
golf
first
tour?
class and you have shorts on, like they won't pick you.
When we
No, but I'm
got
saying if I buy a first class ticket and show up in basketball shorts, you tell me they won't let me sit down?
when we
On
got
a 95-degree day?
I bought the seat. It's my ticket.
we had an
PGA Tour?
argument. We had an argument when we flew, and he said, "Why are you dressed up so?" And he was dressed in sweatpants. I was like, "If I'm flying for the company, I'm not going to wear sweatpants. I'm going to wear jeans and something nice." And you wore sweatpants because you want to fly comfortable.
Yeah, no.
Two
Always.
different schools of
I
thought.
always
Always
comfortable.
Comfortable.
I know.
Always
I
sweats.
try to
Sweats
fly.
and a hoodie.
I wore that blazer partly because I like to dress
Most
up.
of the time, flip-flop.
Yeah, slides for sure. Slides, some Nike High Blacks.
Yeah. Don't hold people up online. I had to give up my comfort seat. I sat next to some whack job.
Who?
He reeked of cigarettes. I couldn't take away a headache the whole time.
Oh, that was the guy with the
yeah,
hair.
the guy with the bad hair.
Yeah. All right. Okay. How's everybody doing? We
Oh,
haven't
what's,
gotten
well,
anything yet.
we wanted to talk to Rico about.
Thank
what
you very
said.
much. Thank you very
Mhm.
much. So I
Who the
understand.
fuck side are you on?
Well, he's. This is the
Well,
show.
you do turn on him when Duke comes up, but anyway, that's not any.
Facts.
So you guys have a big guest. I understand that's going to be on Bench Mob for tomorrow's podcast. Is that correct?
Yes,
come
we
out
do.
there.
Like and subscribe. Barstool Bench Mob, outstanding college basketball
Thanks to me.
podcast, far and away the best college basketball podcast we have here at Barstool, out of 2.
Very nice.
Also, go ahead and like and subscribe to wrestling. And my behind the scenes video is out there right now. It's on the site, so go watch that. But so you guys gonna announce who it is? You're just gonna wait till tomorrow. I don't care. It doesn't matter
I
to me.
could say it.
Yeah, he's big enough.
All right,
Only
no,
get
I'll just say
splash.
you're interviewing a big time player out of the Big 12 today, right?
Yes.
And you've already had Cade Cunningham, one of the best players in the
I
country.
think I know who it is.
And
Pretty
Yeah.
sure I know.
He's good looking.
Yeah, I know. I knew who it is.
Oh,
I'm
I
pretty
got
sure.
it. Yeah, okay.
okay, so you've got that guy. Last week you big guess. Will Wade, the coach at LSU. Yeah.
Next to Mincy.
Thank you, Mincy. That's
and,
awesome.
And Jordy.
Yeah.
But I do have a couple of questions. You have made honor and integrity. You know, integrity is what you do when people aren't looking. Is that what it is?
Correct.
Integrity is a big thing to you, and you hate John Calipari because he's got caught cheating. Will Wade, perhaps the dirtiest coach in America,
I
and
wouldn't say that. He's a friends of program.
oh, well, there you go. So you're just giving up your integrity right there because
I'm
he's a
not.
friend of the program. You will look over the fact that he's been caught cheating multiple times, and LSU has had a scandal where they're taking money from a children's hospital fund
Funnel.
and using it to funnel to recruits.
That was football, though.
You're for football
Football.
and basketball, but you're for the kids. Will Wade, you have no problem interviewing him on your little podcast.
No, he was good. I think we're going to go down there and pop the balloons.
Yeah, I think so too.
So are you a big fan of John Calipari now?
I am not,
Why not?
because he violated HIPAA laws.
Oh, okay. Are you a fan of? Do you believe in doing things for the kids?
Yes.
Okay. So do you think it helps kids in children's hospitals, sick kids, to funnel money through their fund to recruit guys to LSU?
No, I don't think it's right, but that story has not made its way to Stand Live yet. It's not been picked up by the AP, so I have not read that.
And LSU, they didn't fire him. He's under
He's got a
investigation.
job.
Nobody's. Kentucky hasn't fired John Calipari yet.
Until proven guilty, we will
His
have him on
day's
the
coming.
podcast.
Don't be a Dick Vitale, Brandon.
Yeah, don't be a dick fight.
What are you doing?
Yeah, because LSU. Thank you.
No, I'm just
shoot.
saying that everybody, the hypocrisy, like everybody cheats. Who cares? Like,
Fine, I believe in that too. If
Not
you're going to
Coach
be a
Ryan.
big-time college basketball, football coach, you better cheat or you're going to get left behind. However, a lot of people here don't base their entire brand on honor and integrity and doing things for the kids. Does anybody here do that?
Not me. Well, I do like the kids.
What about you, Rico?
I like the kids.
You like the kids? Do you like children's hospitals that take care of sick kids?
UAB, they sent me a jersey.
Cool,
It's hanging in my
cool.
house.
That's in Alabama. You know what's in Louisiana? A hospital where they funneled money to go to recruits for a guy that you interviewed.
I think Tony Soprano said it best. You can take your high moral ground and go sleep at the bus station.
Fuck yeah, Mincy.
What are you doing?
Fuck yeah, Mincy. Great interview. Go listen to it.
It's great.
Just
We got to get down there. Can't wait. We need the videos to open up.
I
That's
have
the
a
next
question.
step.
I have a question. Honest question.
Also, our other guys out in Arizona,
Kentucky SID calls you tomorrow and says,
top of the list.
Kentucky SID calls you and says, hey, Rico, big fan. We want to get Coach Cal on the show.
Yes.
It would grow the audience. I mean, come on, Kentucky basketball. Do you
I
say
would
yes
have
or no?
I would have Cal on, but he'd have to answer the question about the HIPAA laws. That'd be the first question. Be like, Fran Fischel. They said you
Did
can't
you-
have Fran on unless you address this.
Did you ask Will Wade about the cheating allegations?
No.
Well, because it's not true
Right.
yet. We don't know
Hasn't been
anything.
proven.
I'm sorry. That's not. No, it doesn't become true once you find out. It's either true or it's not.
You don't
Yeah, we don't know
sandbag
if
your
it's-
guess.
we
You
don't-
just did a show with Triple H. Did you? Hey, needle go in your ass?
I love Triple H. I love Triple H.
What'd you add? You didn't ask that though,
It's
right?
not a bad point.
That's a terrible point.
not-
How does
I-
that work? You and Stephanie, woo-hoo, and then
Do I do a lot of content where I say integrity to this? I hate Triple H. No,
all right. Just saying.
but you would have Coach Cal on.
I
think
would
you would
if
have
he answered the question about HIPAA laws. Yeah, I would.
Doug Gottlieb.
He would have to apologize. That would just probably be just us screaming. That would actually be the most electric interview. That would be like when I used to call into his radio show and just fucking scream at him.
Credit card theft.
Yeah.
Woj.
He's like, do you know the story? You know this? I was like, yeah. He's like, I think he said something. It was like this or that. I said, yeah. Was it Visa or MasterCard? And that's when he hung up. The calls back in the day. I wish they were on tape. They were fucking electric.
Woj.
Yeah, he would have to apologize.
Monet Davis.
Monet Davis, I do not have a problem with. I have a problem with the media who told Monet Davis her shit don't stink at 11 years old.
But you kind of do have one because she went on like a tour after, too, because she was bad.
These writers out here are confused because they've got all the integrity and they watch Will Wade come
Yeah,
on the
I
show. And writers are, they're the worst people. Writers are basically Minahans that fuck every now and then. So what?
Those are two groups you don't want to be a part of, and you just pissed them both off.
I know. All right. So
He did give riders the slight edge.
I did. They're
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
They,
good
they,
edge.
get, they get laid from time to
they're
time.
That was a
Minafans
good
that fuck every now and
Kirk
then.
brought me up on his podcast and said,
I bet you
I
know
kinda
that.
like this guy. He's
Very-
hilarious.
I hadn't met
Yeah.
Kirk yet.
I want
I've heard lots of things.
Kirk is great.
I like
Kirk is great. I like Kirk.
I'm simply
His fans are
scared to
not.
talk to
I
him.
respect his people.
He's too smart for me, and he'll just.
I'll
he'll
go in
rat
there.
on me.
I'll go in there in a minute. I'll get dominated, but I'll go in there.
Oh yeah, there's no reason for me to be on there.
I respect Kirk.
Imagine getting let's see what else we got here. Writers are not confused, but that Minifan joke was hilarious. Thank you. I thought of it in the shower this morning. I think of Rico and Minahan in the shower a lot. It's weird.
I don't like that.
It's weird. Oh man,
Oof.
boy, if I
I'm
got
not looking forward to my 40s then.
man.
50s. He's
Thought about them teeth all night.
I think he's
I,
on,
I like making him laugh because he still has no idea how to laugh.
I think
He
he's
looks
on
like that
He can't
Denzel.
smile
He
either.
looks like that
I don't know how.
Denzel picture where he's got the teeth sticking out.
You're on the back nine of the 40s, though,
They
right?
do look sharp though, Marty.
Thank you. I appreciate
Are
that.
you at the
Mints.
turn? You've already had lunch.
I'm
hit the go- you
I'm
hit-
barely out of the clubhouse.
I thought you were on the
No,
back,
I'm on the first tee, buddy.
back nine.
I'm on the first tee.
Hit the call girl a couple times.
I might take
Get
a mulligan on the first one too.
All right, fine.
I mean, you're screaming up on the 40s yourself.
No, still early
The
30s.
second tee.
I don't care what your jacket says. You're coming up on 40.
Absolutely not.
What are you, 34?
33. Patrick Ewing.
What are you, 37?
37, 38 in May.
Both 26.
Young at heart, baby.
I wish I could be 26.
Man.
I still feel fucking old. I'm going
Yeah,
bald.
I feel
Old as
37.
fuck.
I got new teeth.
You did my move at the wedding or what? How'd that go?
Oh yeah, they got taken care of. Great time.
Oh, you gave him there's no way you gave him drinks on the dance floor.
I brought them to their table because they're so busy. And then when they're dancing, it's like I'm not trying to shove a
Yeah,
drink.
yeah,
down
Exactly.
their
No,
throat.
that's why I said he was wrong for what he was saying.
Brought a couple up to the table where they sit in the
good.
big king and queen chair in front of
duke-
everybody.
When you're eating, you duke the waiter early, too.
Oh yeah, of course.
You what the waiter?
Duke the waiter
Yeah,
early.
duke them a little bit.
Duke 'em.
Duking is a thing.
My grandfather was a pro duker. Couldn't even tell.
Does that mean you pay the recruit? Duking?
Has that ever been true?
Oh yeah, Zion.
No. Did Zion have a house?
Would you have Coach K? I mean, he cheated to get Zion.
I would.
Coach K would be a kick up. We'd have to kick it up to a certain podcast. They
Oh,
already-
that would you pass that on
they
to?
already told us
I would
five or
hump-
6 kick ups.
I wouldn't be able to talk to him.
I know a guy in his circle.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
You know what, Matthew Hurt's brother?
How big is the circle?
Higher.
How big is the circle?
His circle?
Are we talking like a 3-point line? Are we talking
No, it's
about the
pretty
half court
close.
circle?
Pretty close.
Who is he?
The kid who's trained a bunch of these guys.
That's not in
Gordon
Coach K's circle.
Hayward.
That
Gordon Hayward.
No,
the
no,
guy
that's
who's
a different
trained
guy.
certain players is not in Coach
Like, he's
K's
from-
circle.
Yeah, he is. He's like accepted to be at the practices.
So he trained like Jason Tatum.
Pictures of him and Zion. Like he's down there all the time.
And why haven't we talked to him?
Because it's a kick up anyway. So it's like.
What do you mean anyway? I'll fucking jerk. I would literally hump Coach K's leg through the TV.
No, it's a kick
Will
up.
you relax?
I
It's a
love
kick
him.
up. We'd have to kick it up anyway.
Yeah, but he'd probably get a back injury after you do it and be out
That's
for 6
fine.
months and put all of his losses on his assistant.
At least we're not like Gonzaga, not playing in the fucking tournament.
Yeah, at least you're not Gonzaga.
They fully opted
At
out,
least you're
huh?
not the #1 team in the country.
It's sad. They're too good for their own tournament when other teams are.
Wait, Gonzaga's not playing West Coast.
All right, so BYU and
BYU
and Gonzaga say they're probably not. They're going to opt out of the tournament. So why run the risk of infection or risk your tournament life for a tournament that you don't need?
Because that's the basketball. That's what the season is. It's literally what the season is.
This
You
is
play
a
the
different
conference
season. This is a different season.
It's not though.
It is.
It's just that what do you mean?
Well, your goal is to make.
What do
the
you mean?
NCAA
What do I
They're
mean?
saying they did it
Like,
because
I
they don't
get
want to
it.
get there. They don't want to get hurt pretty much. And
They don't want to
Get COVID.
Hold on,
risk
hold on.
COVID.
So,
and
Gonzaga didn't want to risk COVID for the inferior competition.
They're already
I
one seed
recall
anyway.
another team doing something similar earlier this season.
Yeah.
A Duke not playing a Gardner Webb because
Yeah,
they don't want to risk COVID to play shitty teams.
They canceled the rest of
Gonzaga
their
don't want to risk
non-COVID.
COVID to play all the
you
shitty
can't,
teams.
You can't lose when you don't play. That was a different strategy. They were already winning. They should keep playing.
it's the same thing.
And they're going to struggle when they're in the tournament and haven't played for 2 weeks.
but they're so much better than everybody. They're not going to struggle.
They
doesn't-
gained
it-
nothing by winning that conference tournament.
It-
They already are one seed.
They
I
gain
think, yeah,
just
almost
playing,
the
staying
WCC
sharp.
at that point should be like, you know what? Fucking Gonzaga's won every game by double digits in the conference. They're going to go undefeated. You know what? You win the league. We're not having the tournament.
But if
No, they're still going to have the tournament.
I
for
think
people.
they can get
I don't
somebody
even
else
think they
in
should have
there.
the
They can get
tournament.
another.
Yeah,
They
but
can sneak
I-
a third
no.
team.
surely the NCAA would
That's where
say
it starts to get
But
really
we don't want any of
dicey.
those people in there.
That's where it
because
starts
they're
to get
terrible.
really
They're gonna take Ole
dicey.
Miss's bubble bid.
Seriously,
Yes.
that's just what it's stupid.
No, you know where it's going to get really dicey is when they start taking, like, well, Ole Miss, obviously, but Blue Bloods. Like, with Carolina's on the bubble. Fucking Stanford's on the bubble. Stanford's not a Blue Blood.
Yeah.
Duke, Kentucky, they're all fucking floating around.
Michigan State.
State.
well, hey, I mean Kentucky.
Yeah.
Kentucky's
All
definitely
right, I'm
not.
just saying they all were for a while. Like they're gonna take a Power 5.
Is Duke on the
bid.
bubble? I thought Duke was
No,
still
they're
out.
dead.
They're
I've been
coming
saying it
on
for
to
fucking
if they
months.
win today and beat Virginia, they're going to get in.
On the Duke front, I got to ask this. I don't hear y'all's opinion. So Jalen Johnson opts out. We saw this in football a bunch. Do we have is this quitting on his team or is
Yes.
this a business investment? I'm just very curious what y'all think about this.
You can go first.
Brandon looks
You
like
can
he
go
has a strong
first.
take.
No. I already said it on Walk Line. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna say it again.
Oh, I'm sorry.
it's quitting. It's definitely front running. If they were 19-0 or 19-2 and he was doing and they were going to be a 1 seed and you get a chance to win an national title, I'm sure his attitude would be better. If it was me, the most concerned I'd be is a fucking NBA GM. Kid's obviously coming out. Like, what's his internal makeup right now? Shit goes bad. Now we got to worry about you. You're gonna want to get traded. You're gonna be a baby. You're gonna be a pain in the ass in the locker room.
His
Like,
his draft stock simply just went only down. Only could have done was go up if he played like great in the tournament.
He
or
probably had to
anything.
come back. I don't even think he's that good.
No, that's
half of this year.
100%. But I also they literally would watch him do in warm-ups and see his attitude and see how he's like doing, and then that's what he played 8 minutes the last game. And because he's a cancer for the fucking team. When you have cancer, you want to get it out of you. don't you?
Okay, but the 3 weeks ago you said Duke's about to go on a run because they're
Yeah.
adding Jalen Johnson back, their
Because
best player.
Jalen Johnson's their best athletic player. I mean, that's just not a crazy thing to
Can't
say.
call him a
fairness,
cancer. I don't think he's a
in-
cancer.
Yes, he is.
He's not
in the
great.
In
In
the
fairness,
locker
though,
room,
he can't know.
The cancer for Duke is the Coach K's done. That's their cancer.
I think that's the
That's
problem too.
fucking insane.
I don't think he wants any part
You
of
guys-
the season. He
you
really
guys-
doesn't.
He's done.
He had a bad recruiting class one time.
When does Coach K have a bad recruiting
But
class? He's
Jalen
done.
Johnson was a top 10 player. How is he supposed to know he's a fucking baby? Like,
But
that's
even
just
from-
like,
He's the basketball coach.
what? What
What do you mean? How's he supposed to know? He's recruiting the guy. He should know what he's getting.
Yes,
He
and then
scouts him. He
once
recruits
you
him. He
go through
pays
it,
him.
Like every coach is supposed to know how they're gonna. They thought Antonio Brown's gonna be fucking crazy. Ended up being crazy.
If you recruit a
You don't
guy,
know
if
that.
you invest in a guy and recruit a guy, and he turns out to be a bust, to be terrible, to be a baby, that's on you.
yeah, it's on him, but it's 1 year, and he's 18 years old. Whereas I'm sorry he
He
just
had the
started
most
being
ta-
a baby
he
because
had
he
the most-
stopped playing him.
Talented starting five in maybe college basketball history 2 years ago and didn't get to the Final Four.
Because of fucking R.J. Barrett. That's why. But
Because
the thing
he
is,
can't
you
coach.
can't tell me this. You cannot tell me that when you're 18 years old, he's fucking recruiting him, and then all of a sudden he's gonna see in the future that he's not gonna play him because he's being a baby, and then that's when he's
I
gonna
wouldn't.
fucking
I
do
think
that.
I think you have the right idea, but you're on the wrong path, and I'll correct it. It's not on him to. It's not to say it's on him, but you should be able to control that. You can't change a guy's makeup or know that he's going to be a baby. But when he does start acting like a baby, you better nip it in the bud.
I think
Does that make sense?
I think he did.
I
with
think you
sitting
have
him.
got when you're
Yeah.
recruiting a guy, you can talk to his coaches, his friends, his teachers, his principal, his preacher. You can talk to everybody around that guy. You're going to get a sense of who he is when the things get tough. And if you decide he's a top 10 player, I'm going to take him regardless, and I'm going to do this. If he turns out to be a bust, then you failed in taking the guy.
But Brandon, his whole life, people were sucking his dick. Everyone was like, "This guy's going to be in the NBA. This guy's going to be great," and he always played. But he got to college on a team where he was not playing well and he was not going after potential. What Coach K wanted out of him, he sat him and quit. That's why he quit. He did not quit because of his leg. He didn't quit because they sucked. He did quit because they sucked a little bit. But everyone was sucking his dick up until this point because he was the best talent. But then he got there and they sat him because he was being a pussy.
That's what I can't figure out though, is who is his, and that some of these kids really do have flawed circles. Who's in his ear saying, "Yeah, quit. That's gonna help you. You're already playing at a mediocre product. Now you're gonna be like an attitude issue or a locker room question. How's it gonna help you draft
I
stock?"
feel like
The
this
bottom
is
line-
it's
the-
like some AAU agents.
the bottom
Without
line-
a doubt, but nobody in his ear was like, "No, man, just as hard as it is, stick it out, and then whatever. At the end of the year, have a hash out with Coach K. Be like, I hate you, you hate me. What do we want to do? Transfer or just suck it up, and then in meetings just lie and take the high road. Be like, yeah, there was some tough things. It was a down year, but whatever. I'm looking to improve, and then just go do the draft yourself and never come back to Duke. I just think the people in his ear really fucked him because I don't think an 18-year-old should have to make that decision.
I think that he was just also like he thought it might look worse to him getting sat the rest of the
The
year.
bottom
or
line
playing
is-
7
Worse than
minutes.
quitting.
Coach
and being
K and
then
Duke.
all this
I don't-
coming out.
Coach K and Duke get their pick of players in this country. He chose Jalen Johnson.
But-
Jalen Johnson turned out to be a bust and a quitter and all that. And Coach K could have had anybody he wanted. He took Jalen Johnson.
But that's the thing. I don't think that's like I do. It's his fault. End up being his fault because he did it. Yes, but again, he wasn't being a baby because he was being treated with like gold. He was the.
But
playing
every
40
player he
minutes a
recruits
night.
is treated like that. Every player he recruits is treated like that their whole life.
But that's fine. But then he just turned out to not be as athletic and as good as he thought.
It's like when he took R.J. Barrett and he decided, I'm going to let this guy shoot 19 times a game when the most efficient player in college basketball is going to shoot 12 times a game. It's going to
That's-
ruin my season.
You know
Fine.
what though?
Like, that I can't. I will
R.J.
not
Barrett
argue.
somehow figured it out, shooting post Duke.
Well, he's a good player. But he's
Well, I
not
think
better than Zion Williamson.
Thibodeau's doing a good job putting him in the right spot where he doesn't need that. He shouldn't have the ball in his hand
That
90% of the time.
That goes
on
back
that
to
Duke
the
team or
original
here.
thing.
This is-
And I know it's going to sound sacrilegious to Marty, but you look at all the evidence, all right, and just be patient. First team to opt out last year, Duke. He's crying about the non-conference this year.
Harvard was.
All right. Crying about the non-conference this year. He's been really fucking pissy to reporters, student journalists. He's checked out this year.
I don't think
And he was checked out from last March.
he's not.
Krzyzewski's
He's
fucking checked. He's checked.
Not even a check.
He's
He's
checked
done.
out.
He's over
done.
it. He's over it.
He's done.
Okay.
He
checked
knows
out.
this team's
He's
not doing
finished.
anything.
I
He was
can't
checked
wait.
out since
You think
last
he's finished
March.
for good or
He's
just because of
finished.
or
No,
just
it's
because of
like
the-
it's like
Wait.
he came in with the wrong attitude to this season as well. He was checked out from March 12th, 2020.
He's finished.
Can't wait till this comes.
This
back
is
to bite you
way
on
too
the
much talk for a mediocre coach and a mediocre basketball
It
team.
is.
Let's
That-
get to actual.
but you have to be like, that's just as crazy. You cannot say he's a mediocre coach.
He
He's one of
is-
the best coaches. He put the USA team for a reason.
He is one of the greatest coaches in the history of
Fine.
college basketball.
There you go.
2021 version of Mike Krzyzewski is a mediocre coach.
That's a
Just like
different
Michael
thing
Jordan.
than
Michael
you're
Jordan's the greatest player ever. The 2003
He was a
Wizards
bad
version
wizard.
wasn't great.
Yeah.
that I don't. That's fine. You just can't say he's a right now. If you
I-
want to say it, you can. That's fine.
But that's what
That's
I
what he
said.
said.
I
That's
thought you
exactly
meant.
what
I
I
thought
said.
you meant. That's what I'm saying.
He
I
was
thought you
not a
meant that.
mediocre coach. He is a mediocre
But just
coach.
watch, just watch, and he'll be fine. Guaranteed.
Okay, he's not going to be. He's done. You don't get
You're
better
wrong.
when you're 46 years in.
You're just wrong.
He's not Barry Bonds. He's not
I
going
just
to be
don't.
able to.
He's not going to wake up and just be more invested.
All right. Man's got grandkids.
And the problem is he's
Could
never,
be more
he's
invested
never going
'cause
to
he's-
leave. So and they can't fire him. It's like I hate to say
I mean,
it.
he's very invested. They gave Zion a whole lot of money. All right. Jenga today, you nervous?
No, it's money I already don't have.
Oh,
That's
good-
how I'm
good
approaching
point.
it.
Good point.
I don't have $5,000 in my pocket right now. I got a chance today to walk out with $5,000.
Unbelievable.
Free roll.
Poor money right here. Just $5,000.
He's got the right attitude.
got
I went
50.
in nervous. No, it's not poor.
Let's see what else we got. Stephen Shea's Devontae Smith, his stance. Have you guys been keeping up with this on Twitter?
Yeah.
So right after the Heisman Trophy, right after the national title game, we all thought he was going to be a top 10 pick. Now Stephen Shea told us He's not going to be a top 10 pick, and we all freaked out. I freaked out. I was like, what? That's stupid. He's not getting past number 3. He's not getting past number 2. He's going to be very high. Now Daniel Jeremiah and every scout in the world is sliding in like Devontae Smith at 14, at 16.
Really?
Yeah. Everybody's doing
He keeps getting the Tavon Austin, John Ross comparison. They're the only two like measurable small receivers that have won the top 10. They both kind of stunk.
Tavon
He's
Austin
6'1".
was
Devontae's like
electric at
he's
West
not
Virginia.
5'9" though.
He's like saying what, like 6'1", 170.
Yeah, he's also not. He's not as fast as those guys. He's like they were burners. They were like 4.2 burners.
Because they were saying the fact that he wouldn't even get measured. Like he must be pretty small.
He's not big, but
He wouldn't even get measured.
I still think he.
Like I mean, you can't avoid like what's he going to get taller? I mean, you could put on a few pounds of muscle, but I mean
he's 100 times their outrunner. Those two guys were though.
he was more because Tavon Austin was.
I was ready to
super
build
productive.
fucking statues for Tavon Austin and Stedman Bailey. I thought they'd be like Jerry Rice. I love those two guys.
Tavon, I mean, at West he was unbelievable.
Unbelievable, that team.
All right, so yesterday, Happy Gilmore, Adam Sandler put a drive out on Twitter, and Shooter McGavin responded on Twitter. And Shooter McGavin did the whole thing. He did the whole shooter stick. Did you see this?
Oh, I saw it.
You saw
I
it?
saw the video scrolling everybody's timeline. I didn't bother to click it.
Oh, you're too good.
was
Now you got the
magical.
money. You don't get involved in Twitter.
Sandler upsets me because he's the best.
Did you block him?
No, I think he wasted 5-10 years of doing stupid shit. I feel like he could.
I actually kind of agree. I don't think he's the best. I never really got into Sandler much.
Not the
you know,
best. But growing up, he was the best.
But when he got that little Nicky, that stuff like
Yeah,
that
it's
was you don't mess with the
Zohan,
Wu-Tang
Zohan,
Clan or
Jack
something.
and Jill.
Yeah. So that was awful. But anyway, they put it out, and Shooter was playing his shtick. Now, here's my discussion: greatest villain in sports movie history. Shooter McGavin was a good one. I have some written down. If you guys would like some conversation starters,
The shoot.
Johnny Lawrence and Karate Kid, if we consider that
Of course.
a sports movie. Apollo Creed, who was a villain in the first Rocky movie. Clubber Lang, Rocky 3. Ivan Drago, Rocky 4. Dwight, I don't remember his name. I never watched the movie. But the guy from Dodgeball that owned Globo Gym.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dwight Goodman.
Dwight Goodman.
He's up there, I think.
He's way up there. The coach of Iceland from Mighty Ducks 2.
Yes, good one.
That's
Okay.
a great one.
Dan Devine, the coach that wouldn't play Rudy at Notre Dame.
Yes.
Clu Haywood, the first baseman for the Yankees in Major League. Although he was
That's
really
good.
cool.
Parkman, did Parkman make the list? Too?
I don't have Parkman from Major League 2.
Okay.
David Sims, the rival golfer in Tin Cup. And Shooter McGavin. And I will, if anybody's got something here, I will
Off
read
the
them
top
off.
of my head.
Coach Kilmer and
Yeah,
Good one, Varsity Blues.
Varsity Blues. For
I
sure.
had the fucking big first baseman and rookie of the year. It says, "Hey kid, your mama." That kid drooling.
That movie was so bad, I just didn't.
What about the other coach from Waterboy that stole all of his
Coach
his
Beaulieu,
plays?
Red
Yeah.
Beaulieu?
Shoot from Vision Quest.
Okay.
I thought it's
Dwight
not.
Goodman's not Dwight. Sorry.
It's not really a villain, but like the red team in Friday Night Lights.
I was just
so
the lollipop
Dallas
guy.
Carter.
Exactly
Dallas
what I was
Carter.
just gonna say.
That
Dallas
was,
Carter.
they
The
were
lollipop
scared the
guy was
shit out of me.
They don't fucking kick extra points.
Don't
They
go
don't punch.
They
points.
scared
They
me.
got the fucking. They're finagling the refs.
The one guy, Winchell's on the guard, he kicks a helmet in his jaw. No
You know
flag.
what? Actually, would you put the coach or just the whole team?
I
It's
thought it was
both. It's
called-
kinda
it's
both.
kinda
Kinda
the
both,
team.
Because
right?
the team's
'Cause he was
but they embody his personality.
He had the dogs on a leash, and they were fucking pit bulls.
The Beast from Sandlot, but he ended up not being a villain at the end. Rachel Phelps, the owner from Major League.
Oh yeah.
She's a good
Yeah.
one.
That is a good one.
Hito from Rookie of the Year, never saw.
Hito is the guy I said pretty
The
much.
guy who ran the orphanage in Like Mike. I
Oh yes, yes.
That's I ever saw
Honestly,
Like Mike.
Great, honestly,
That's awesome.
great. Honestly, great villain. Like what a scumbag
Yeah,
that guy
no,
is.
that was good.
Ed O'Neill, I think he was Danny O'Shea in Little Giants.
Yep.
He
was a
wasn't
good
really a villain. He was just kind of
He
like
was sure of himself.
He came around.
He was like a revisionist guy, like a living in the heyday guy. Never.
'Cause He came around once he cheap shotted his
Yeah,
niece.
yeah,
he was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Yo, listen, you're taking it too far."
Judge
Who else?
Smales from Caddyshack. I'm reading these. The Monstars from Space Jam. The Warden from Longest Yard.
He was pretty good, actually.
I didn't see Adam Sandler Longest Yard. I was not interested.
it's
in it.
great.
Great.
Yeah.
That's great.
That's when he's
Paul
good.
Cruz, great.
And then you see, whatever. Going back to Sandler, you see the stuff he does for SNL when he could do those skits, singing. He did his stand up recently, the Farley stuff. Like, man, this guy's so fucking talented. Why'd you waste 10 years of your life? Like,
How about that racist coach
Money.
from Remember the Titans that
Yeah.
he threw
Yes.
the banana to? That was a pretty good one.
There was no villain in Hardball, right?
Yeah, the coach was a douche.
Oh no, the coach of the black and
Orange team. He was
Oh,
a douche.
Then he would make him take the headphones off, and then he's saying the guy's like a month too old, whatever.
Let's see. Eddie Martell and the Replacements. Yeah, that was the quarterback that Keanu Reeves was replacing. And, he tried to take his job back and tried to fuck his girl, I think. Or maybe did fuck his girl.
If there's any basketball movies that I'm missing, he got Game as no real villain.
Well, I mean, Denzel killed his son's mom.
I guess, but it's a villain.
Well, you mean you guess? He did.
It's a villain they make you root for.
Still a villain. I don't like killing women. Do you?
Didn't Coach Carter had one, right?
The woman who played the NCAA rep of The
Not
Blind
that-
Side was a super villain.
I never watched that movie, and nobody out there, I'm never going to talk about
no,
it.
The gym was all Coach Carter.
The Blind Side was pure fiction.
Todd Crane.
Yeah, I thought it was that.
He would be if there was a villain. He would be the
Teddy-
guy who they basically hyped up as like the LeBron, and he
Yeah.
like smoked Junior the first game, and then he gave him like a good game the second time around.
He's in 2 scenes.
No, it's fair. He doesn't match up to these.
I
other
get your
villains.
point. It's
If
like
there was one, I guess he would be
Yeah.
it. But
Somebody said Teddy KGB and Rounders. I guess
Yes.
Rounders.
Round is not a sports movie, but he's an all-time villain. If we start doing just all-time villains, he's an all-time villain.
Yeah. Somebody said
love him.
Tupac, who was Birdie in Above the Rim. I love Above the Rim. It's one of my
I
top
didn't
5.
like
six.
Above the Rim.
I like Above
loved
the
it.
Rim. Good
I
movie.
loved it. You didn't like it at all?
I gotta rewatch it maybe.
James the Grim Reaper Roper in Great White Hype was really good, played by Damon Wayans. That's a very underrated sports movie. You should watch it. It's incredible.
What's the name of it?
The Great White Hype
Okay.
from 1995. Damon Wayans as the boxer. Samuel L.
Damon
Jackson.
Wayans as a boxer?
Yeah, Samuel L. Jackson played. Well, he played a boxer and a basketball player in the same season. Samuel L. Jackson was a Don King type character,
Okay.
the Sultan. I don't remember the last name. The Stookie brothers from White Man Can't Jump. I like this conversation right here. That guy from Coach Carter is based on Tyson Chandler. Is that correct? Is that right?
Coach Carter is
really,
based
the
about
Ty Crane is Tyson.
the
Chandler?
real Coach Carter coached the Frederick Douglass Academy in New York City, or the Bronx. It's Frederick Douglass Academy. In the
Well,
Bronx.
which one is it?
I don't know his exact borough, but it's in New York City.
Well, it seems like you knew, and then you started this whole conversation. I think you've been rattled since you interviewed Will Wade and went against your whole character, but that's okay.
Sports movie villains. You do bring the good filler topic.
This is a good filler topic, don't you
It
think?
is very
I like
good
it.
topic.
Yeah, and it's got the people going crazy. Adolph Rupp and Glory Road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like real. It's a real story. But
I think they played him up a little bit. It was really now fans were awful. I don't know that there was any, but he might have been. I might be speaking out. Oh, Bob Sugar and Jerry Maguire. I love that one. Bob Sugar, the other agent, and Jerry
Ooh.
Maguire.
yeah.
That's played by
Jay Moore.
Jay Moore.
Mm-hmm.
He had an ESPN career for a little while, right?
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
he was a comedian. He was on Saturday Night Live,
He had
wasn't
like a show on ESPN for a while.
I think
Did
he
he?
was on
I don't know how
ESPN.
long. I
He
guess
might
maybe
have.
it didn't make it that long.
Yeah, he might have. I know he was on Saturday Night Live where he wasn't funny. Brandon Walker will be the villain in the Rico Bosco biopic. Say biopic or biopic?
I think I say biopic.
I say biopic.
Yeah.
Biopic sounds too much like a biopsy.
Yeah, like somebody's. Is biopsy when you're dead? That's an autopsy.
I think biopsies can't if they're searching for cancer.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like
All right.
searching.
So
Autopsies when you
I
do
would
it.
be the cancer in your life story. Your
That's what
movie.
they say in Jaws. We're not gonna give this fish a half-ass autopsy on
Oh.
the deck.
I guess that's not a sports movie, but Jaws is a pretty good villain.
The shark is the villain.
It's not a bad.
Yeah, it's pretty good. That's his,
Yeah.
yeah. Thank you for picking that up when I
The
just
shark
said it.
in Jaws is the villain.
That is.
Got it.
Although I guess if you're a sea creature, the Jaws is probably the hero in that movie.
Yeah.
You know, in the book, Hooper was fooling around with Brody's wife.
There was a Jaws. It was based on a book.
It was based on a book.
You
Peter Benchley
read
wrote
the
it.
Jaws?
No, I
book?
didn't read the book. My dad read it and told us about it.
Wait, I thought it was based on a true story.
Jaws?
Yeah, that happened. Yes, it happened. There was a shark in the 1920s or something in Massachusetts or somewhere up in the Northeast that was
it could
based
have
on.
been loosely based on a true story. I don't know about that. But in the book, Hooper was banging Brody's wife.
I don't think there's a book. Are you sure there's a book? I think it's based on a thing that happened in New England back in the 20s.
Want to call my dad?
No. Why would I want to call your dad?
It's a fact check.
I watched a great movie last night. The Trial of the Chicago 7.
Heard that's good.
It's a fantastic movie.
Would you say the Monstars are the villain or the guy that owns Moron
The guy who
Mountain?
owns
The guy
it,
who owns
Danny
Moron
DeVito.
Mountain.
Well, he doesn't own it. He was playing a character.
Thanks, Brandon.
You're welcome. Okay. David Sims and Tin Cup. I'll end it right there. So bobsled run and Cool Runnings.
No, that was just
There were evil
they
guys.
just sucked and they got better.
Well, they were doing the best.
Maybe
I love Leon. Leon was in that movie. He was also in Above the Rim. He was Tommy Shepard. We'll do heroes in sports movies tomorrow.
Yeah.
What?
That was a good topic.
Don't say yeah like that.
That was a good topic.
You don't think Shoot from Vision Quest is a villain?
I've never seen Vision Quest.
Go watch Vision Quest.
Tonight, right now? I got to finish the show.
Yeah.
Brandon, you're thinking of Finding Nemo. I was thinking of Finding Nemo. It was based on a true story. Finding Nemo, 100% based on a true story. There were these two clownfish in Australia that went across the entire ocean. The French guy from Talladega Nights, what was his name?
Sacha Baron Cohen.
Yeah, what was
Sacha Baron Cohen.
They just called him. It's Frenchie can drive. Jean. Shit.
Claude Van Damme.
No, I know you're talking
like something like
Pierre.
like Gerard.
Yeah,
Gerard.
JPP.
Jean Girard. Jean Girard. That was right. Thank you very much. All right. Brandon lives on Moron Mountain. That's not nice at all. That's not nice.
That's a good one. I like the chat.
That wasn't a good one.
This Will Ferrell skating movie.
I was just thinking of that, Blades of Glory. Yeah.
I never saw it. Never saw it.
Unbelievable. They are villains.
He got fired up.
He got fired up.
We brought it up yesterday. Your Blades
But
of
who's
Steel
the
shirt.
villain? Who's
the
the
brother
villains?
and sister, the skaters. They're like always trying to fuck with them because they're getting better.
I don't think they were. Oh.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
their
okay.
parents
Kill them at
died.
the end.
Yeah, they tried to kill them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That just Blades. That came up. Brandon was wearing a Blades of Steel shirt yesterday.
Blades of
I got
Glory
me
is a
thinking Blades
fucking
of Glory.
fantastic
Did you play Blades of
movie.
Steel?
No. Never played it.
He's
You're not a big
33.
video-
He's
I wanna play
33.
you
He's
in Papa
younger.
Shot, though.
We're gonna play Papa Shot. Well, you
Yeah,
uh,
take
Rico
my
also
jacket
says
off.
he's like the best Papa Shot guy in the world.
yeah, you need to jack
I
it
have
off.
pictures in my phone that have the record.
I'm gonna warn you. Tight rims.
Where? Chuck
Yeah,
E. Cheese?
These are tight rims.
I looked at that. It doesn't look like there's a lot of wiggle room either.
It's got to go straight in the hoop. It's not. You're
Yeah.
not gonna get the shooter's roll. It's got to go right in.
All right.
All of mine go straight in the
Is
hoop,
Chuck
so
E.
it's not-
Cheese still around?
It's struggling.
going
I think.
out of business.
Struggling.
That's a sad. It's a sad way.
I gotta tell you, as
started that.
a parent, Chuck E. Cheese sucked. Chuck
Really?
E. Cheese sucks.
Yeah.
Really?
Did
It's
you-
just all the games are just designed to take their little tokens, and all the prizes are this big. The pizza is awful.
You know why he started Chuck E. Cheese?
No.
Because he never had birthdays growing up, so he
Really?
started.
Do
it's
you
very
think? Do you
sad.
think the mouse started Chuck E. Cheese?
No, Chuck
Charles.
Charles Cheese.
Chuck E.
Charles Cheese.
I worked with a kid in Philly
Charles Edward Cheese.
who
No.
it was like a pass down thing. He was the token guy at Chuck E. Cheese.
Who
all right?
passes down the token?
They
guy?
pass down the job.
Well, he just happened to be
the secret. I'm
I
getting
mean,
to
he's
it.
the one white guy there or something?
Long story short, he used to have, if things were broken, he used to fix it and he would count the tokens or whatever. They figured out, like they started passing it, that the machines had extra tokens in it, and he would get an allotment of tokens. He was selling them to like parties, so it'd be like, oh, it's $30 for 20 tokens. He was selling them for 20 cash to the birthday parties. He was taking extra money. He said he paid for his spring break.
Of
Yeah, he
course
was.
he
It was.
does.
Listen,
Chuck
it was
E.
a skell
Cheese,
move.
Of
It was a
course,
skell
of
move.
course, you know somebody who was
I know the
embezzling
guy.
tokens.
I didn't fucking work there. I know
It's
the
pretty
guy.
funny.
And
Embezzling tokens is hilarious.
But it was like, yeah,
For
then he would,
$20.
like people would come in and be
Hilarious.
like, "How much is it for the?" And he'd be like, "I'll give you fucking a big cup for $20." And he was getting cash. Yeah, it was wild. It was a wild scene. Paid for his spring break, and then he passed it to the next guy. They're probably still fucking robbing kids down there.
Well, no, the kids are getting a deal, aren't
Yeah, the parents.
They're
are-
robbing-
yeah,
robbing
they're
kids at all.
they? They're robbing Charles Cheese.
robbing Charles Cheese.
Charles Edward Cheese.
Yeah.
All right. So
Entertainment is his middle name.
it's a good correction. Thank you. That's why you're here, TJ. I appreciate it. Good ding
Meep.
as well. Did you?
I didn't ding.
No, but you started a sentence.
Hmm.
He made a noise.
Wow. Maybe I murmured under it. I don't know.
All right. So yesterday was a huge day for us. We had one guy that was up on our shoulders, and he was in the positive units. He was plus 0.6 units. Big Ev was carrying the ship. He was carrying us all to glory, and then he just fell right on his face.
It was so fun until the game started. I was having a blast.
Yeah, it's usually.
I was in the green. I was feeling good. I was hot, coming off a hot week.
So would
And
everybody
now I
like,
stink.
would everybody like to know who's in first place?
I believe it's Rico Bosco.
Yeah.
I think.
Consistent. I've been
Say
hot in
it.
college basketball.
You can't survive
Say
0
the numbers.
6.
You were 25 and 26.
I'm hot.
That's on
He's
your
hot.
scheming 1 unit shits.
You're down
When I
one.
go big on certain games, I'm plus
How big?
8.3 on the year.
You went 8 units on one game. That's crazy.
Who would do such a thing?
That's not part of my deal.
It's not- I think somebody took that deal from you.
That's not part of my deal.
Rico is
She
20.
made her bed. She picked the 2 dead horses.
You done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Next time, you take the time.
All right. Just saying.
25, 26, and 1. That is Rico. He is down 1.9 units, and he is in first place. Big Ev goes 0-6 and stays in second place. That's how pathetic we are. 43, 45, and 2, down 6 units. Marty Mush, 17, 25, and 2, down 10.5 units.
Let's go.
Good enough for third place on this shitty-ass show. Brandon Walker, that's me, 30 and 38, down 11.65 units. I got to get out of February. The Super Bowl haunts me in February.
But it's good that you're losing February because March is such a big month.
Yes.
That's what I'm telling myself too.
Yep.
March is heavy volume.
Yeah.
Heavy volume.
Big Cat, 33-42, down 12.7 units. And Ben Mintz, 47-63, down 22.3 units.
I tried high volume and it failed.
Big Cat's actually at an advantage right now being retired.
Yeah. Well, he's still giving picks, though.
Oh, he is? I thought he was retired.
I think he unretired.
Is he giving picks on the show?
He's unretired and retired. He's back and forth.
TJ, just moments ago, you wanted to correct me so quickly, and now I'm asking you a question, and you haven't answered.
Repeat.
Okay. The question was, is Big Cat still giving picks for the show?
I think he tweets out picks, and they're tracked. So, yeah, he had picks yesterday. That
Okay,
are tracked.
all right. But he's not – okay, fair enough. So he is, in fact – so he's not retired, really.
He came out of retirement yesterday briefly.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Big Ev, are you going to be okay?
I just have a smoker's cough. You know this. I smoke a lot of blunts, Brandon.
I
have
didn't-
for a long time.
Did you just smoke one during the show? Why are you coughing now?
No, it just never ends. I wake up like this, Brandon.
But you don't smoke every day. You don't cough every day like this.
I coughed twice.
Would it help you if you went out and got some water, or if you went out and just smoked some weed?
I have water right here.
Probably.
I haven't smoked today.
As a man with a mother who's a health teacher, I do have to say,
What a wild
Wait.
way to start a
but
sentence.
I'm not forcing
You
it on you.
said tell him to quit once.
You think my dad isn't had the conversation? He's like you fucking. He goes, you cough like you've been smoking cigarettes for 80 years. You don't even smoke.
You don't even smoke.
He goes, you cough like you smoke a pack a
Like,
day. He
I'll
was saying
never
that to me when I
force
was
it on
20.
you, but I do have to put it out
He was
there.
saying that to me when I was 20 years old.
You said quit.
Quit.
Altogether, or you just saying the blunts and like find a different route?
Yeah, find a different route.
Okay. I was
Like,
just clarifying.
that you could eat it now. I heard you could snort it, fucking lick it.
I'm not-
There's-
yeah.
could snort weed.
How often
a
do you
million different things.
How
I don't
often
know.
do
I
you
don't
start
do
a
it. I'm
sentence?
not a drug diet.
How often do you start a sentence by saying, as a man with a mother who was a health teacher?
Just once a year.
All right, so let's see. Rico is in first place. That means he will give his 9-unit
All right.
plays. He'll probably wait till the end of the third quarter for one of them. Go ahead, Rico.
All right. These Texas games got canceled, so I'm on VCU -1, and I'm on Wake Forest money line. I'm also TJ. It hasn't been released.
Two picks.
2 picks. That's what I've been doing. 2,
Dragging
3.
his feet.
2, 3. Give me whatever Mr. Ice fucking takes. We haven't been doing that. That's how you get free units in this
Yeah,
game.
I agree with that.
Just take whatever
He's the highest
Mr. Ice
He's
gives.
the highest gambler.
So your picks on Pick Central are 2 picks, and then whatever somebody else picks. That's what you're doing.
It's not some. at this
It's
point,
Mr.
it's
Ice.
Mr. Ice, and it's the best. You don't even have to watch the game because he texts you goal. Like I don't even have to watch.
So
It's
that's
just
his
goal.
goal. He goes goal, no goal. And people are like, oh, not again. If it gets disavowed.
Elio's never texted me. That makes me sad.
Also,
And I
you said
did take
it's-
his pick yesterday. I gave it out as mine. It turned out to be his pick. I gave it first, but actually my guy might have got it from him. I just don't know it.
The Texas games are all canceled. It was colder in Corpus Christi yesterday than Alaska.
Yeah, what's going on down there?
Dude,
You know better than
Austin's
me.
like a disaster. It's
I
like
don't
everybody's
watch-
lost
Texas
rolling
got trouble.
blackouts and snow. Like there, I mean, dude, it's bad.
Pipes-
It's
Like,
like 6 million
Pipes
people
are
without
burst.
power.
yeah,
right?
it's really bad.
Really? I don't
You
watch
know,
the
it's-
weather
it's
or the
no good.
news, so.
There's a guy on the chat that I have ignored the whole time. I got to point him out. His name's Jerome Chris, and in caps, all caps, he has said Trista's picks. He's typed it 9 billion times here. It wasn't funny the first time. It's not funny now. You look pathetic. You look. Nope, I'm not gonna do it. I'm
What
not
did he
gonna go
write?
that far.
That's all he wrote?
He just writes Trista's pick over and over and over and over. Trista's picks. Shut
That-
the fuck up.
That's what got you mad.
Huh?
Yeah, I mean,
it's just
it's
I'm
gotta
trying
be
to read
worse
everybody's
than that.
comments, and it's just every other comment is this guy saying, "Look at me," sucking
I-
his own fucking dick.
I agree with you, but the Caps probably is the reason why you read it.
There's one guy giving out your phone number on there.
What is my phone number?
We're not doing that.
Five,
Oh, we're not.
five.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. We're not doing bits today. My bad. All right, buddy. Rico, you went.
I did my picks.
I understand that. Big Ev, you go next.
I did my picks.
All right, I got Louisville -4, Vanderbilt +4, and Vanderbilt Kentucky over 142.5. I got Richmond +2.5, Bulls -3, Rockets +11.
Who made that noise?
I did.
Why?
'Cause he's on VCU.
Well, you know what Richmond did. Their coach. He's dead to us.
What'd he do?
Went on a rival.
Oh,
program. I'm rooting for you.
No, you're not.
It's
You're
the
not rooting
No, if
for
it's the-
VCU wins
it's their
by 2, we
second
can both
layoff.
win. If
It's
ECU
true.
wins by 2, we could both win.
It's
We
their
could
second
have
layoff. I think they bounced back better
Yeah.
coming out their second time around.
Fair enough.
You really have problems with coaches doing morally questionable things, huh?
I'm just lowering those fastballs. I'm like, it's like we're down 10-0 in the first inning, and they said, "Nah, go out there and keep pitching. We
Yeah.
can't waste the bullpen."
Yeah.
And I'm getting my tits lit today.
Mm-hmm. All right. So that was you.
I'm good.
Marty's next.
I have.
Just do it. Just fucking say it.
Duke-
Say it first.
Oh, I had Wake Forest plus 6.5 also.
You don't even need the 6.
I forgot about that.
You
gotta
don't
put
even need the
6.5.
6.5.
I
Go
just
ahead,
want,
say
I'm
it.
going to say it very, very short today. It's when big things happen like this and they're like, all right, this is a new start. When they've already won without him last game by 20, they are going to mollywop the floor with Wake Forest tonight. Duke minus 6.5, Pitt minus 4, Kentucky minus 3.5. I'm adding Louisville minus 4, and I'm taking Mr. Ice as well.
I think it's bullshit. Y'all are just taking his pick. I don't like that. What we do our own picks here. Why don't you just saying I'm taking? You don't even know what the pick is.
First of all,
Doesn't matter.
You're
I
the mister takes someone's pick.
1 ounce
No,
of
I'm
hockey
just saying.
in
You're
my
just saying.
life.
You're just saying. If I look at somebody's picks and I like it, yeah. Y'all are just saying, give me his pick. I don't care what it is.
I'm okay if we don't want to count
He's
it, but I'm
22
letting
and
everyone
11.
know that I'm taking it because that's what I'm doing.
Yeah,
if we
but
don't want to
take-
count
But okay,
it, I don't
just tell
care.
people to take it. Then don't take it as your pick on your standings. That's not your pick.
Fine. Take Mr. Ice's pick.
Yeah, take Mr. Ice's pick.
We
then.
can't have it.
Good. Good.
Brandon doesn't let us have picks.
No, I'm just saying that's not your pick. This
Just
is picks.
let's
but
all
didn't-
forget
but
that
didn't
Nick,
someone
he
text
took
you-
Nick's picks and someone took and
Yeah, and it
text
lost,
you
so
picks.
I was like, didn't someone text you during the show yesterday to give you the hockey pick?
Yeah, but I asked him for it, and I was like, "Hey, give
Wait,
it to me." And I looked at it, and I looked at it.
Crazy.
I
What
looked
a hypocrite son of a bitch
I
you
looked at
are.
it. I looked at it, and I said, "Okay, I'll take that."
No.
You guys are just—you don't even know what the pick is.
Yeah, because he texted
You don't know what the pick is.
Respect his
22 and 11.
research.
That's what
You
his
don't
pick
know
is.
what
You
the pick is.
took the
22
guy's
and 11.
pick. Fuck that. You put Mr. Ice on my card.
Don't put Mr.
can't-
Ice on that
you
card.
Can't do
Don't
what
put
you
Mr.
did.
Ice on this
No,
card.
you can't.
Shut up.
You hypocrite
Shut
son
up.
of a bitch.
I've got Vanderbilt plus 3.5 against Kentucky. I've got USC minus 10.5 against Arizona State.
Arizona State's done. Hurley's getting fired.
I've got Celtics Hawks under 224.5. I've got Warriors minus 1.5 against the Heat.
I like that.
I have that too.
I've got Knicks minus 4.5 against the Magic.
Magic are really hurt right
Knicks
now.
are-
They got a lot of
are
guys
they?
out.
Yeah.
They got a ton of guys out right now.
Knicks
Plus-
are home.
Plus
No.
Terrence Ross already has a
In
loss
Orlando.
this week. And
It's a weird line to me. I'm not touching it.
I've
Love
got
the Knicks though. They've been playing really well.
I've got Osaka minus 150 against Serena Williams tonight.
Wow, Kareem.
A little Aussie Open.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Yeah, tennis.
Yeah,
There you go.
I learned about that via my sports ticker, Skybox Sports. Ask for Brett. Tell him Rico sent you.
This guy is just.
Next up, Ben Mintz.
The permanent last read here. I took Louisville by 4 as well against Syracuse. I got Tennessee by 11.5. I think South Carolina's really banged up and looking rough. I watched the Ole Miss game the other day. Atlanta plus 3 against Boston. The line looks weird. Philadelphia by 10.5. NOLA by 3 and Golden State by 1. If the Pelicans could just play the Trailblazers and the Grizzlies, they'd win all the time. They always beat them, and then they lose to everybody else. So we're going to keep riding that.
All right, let's see. Brett Gabarek says, Brandon, you're a scale. Rico and Marty can do whatever they want. There you go. That's a Mena fan who fucks every now and then. Although if your name's Brett Gabarek, you probably never had a woman go, oh, Brett. No,
Thank you,
fuck,
Brett.
fuck you. Suck
you,
my
Brett.
dick. Mush will beat Dion, says Jonathan Britsky, who has said it 900 times.
Thank
I
you.
can read the chat. You don't have to keep saying it and saying it and saying it.
Thank you very much.
This is
Appreciate
why
it.
people get blocked.
Yeah.
Not that you've ever blocked
Those are
anybody.
2 great comments.
Those are good.
Good and fun.
What else we got? Brandon, your hair is awful. That's not nice.
I think your bracelet will go good with my watch.
You want it?
Nope. It's a gift from your wife. Can't take it.
What if she, good catch. Did you see that catch?
No, I didn't.
She dropped it and then caught it out of the air. That can't be his outfit.
Who, Hank?
Yeah.
Hank always wears that stuff.
I
I bought corduroy pants.
can't
this weekend.
believe you had the pull to move Jenga.
I asked for one favor.
Jenga has been a nightmare for all of us, like taking over things for us. You walk in here, you work, once a week, and you say, "Can you move Jenga?" And he just moved it.
I agree with Rico.
What?
I agree with what Rico did because I was getting pissed that Jake said he had to be in the fucking booth 15 minutes before the game. I was like, Jake, Come on, it's
He
not.
likes
the
to be
final.
on time. I like that.
That's why we love Jake.
I
He
love
say
him.
praise preparation.
Yeah.
I love
good
him.
and out, good and
That's
out, good
why I
play by
love
play.
him
Do
for
that.
it, but I was like, hey,
I
Jake.
never did.
I think that's right. I think you should be in the booth 15 minutes before if you're doing that.
I said every other time, but we have something else. Please do it.
We described it as Jake's gonna be doing the Final Four in like 10 years, and me and Marty gonna like take a trip up there with like, I don't know, maybe our wives, kids down the road, and like be like, Daddy knows that guy. And the kid's gonna be like, bullshit. Like we're like Jake, and he's just fucking dodging us left and right with a fucking CBS blazer. Like,
Almost
nah, I don't know
brought-
you guys.
You two almost brought down my career.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, I'm still burning those tapes.
Otis Birch says Marty Mush has dolphin teeth.
That's not nice.
Oh, you don't have dolphin teeth.
First
you,
of all,
you had dolphin teeth.
You can't say anything about my teeth anymore when you saw the last ones.
Yeah,
Who did
that-
the teeth? Give him a plug.
Dr. Khan, Ohio, Family Dentistry. Go to it. It's a
Say the city.
fantastic play. Toledo,
Toledo.
Ohio.
I got a ton of messages about the college baseball stuff from yesterday. Keep them coming in my DMs. I'm working on some stuff with that.
I was going to have a college baseball podcast, but
When
now
are
I'm
they
not.
going to fucking?
I'm Brandon Walker.
When are they going to Wood Bats?
That's Pick Central.
This.